order. We have a roll call, please.
Councilmember Risto? Here. Councilmember Rennie?
Here.
Councilmember Badami? Here. Vice Mayor Moore?
Here.
Mayor Hudas?
Here. Okay. Let's see. Consent items. Approve the Oversight Committee meeting minutes of December 17, 2024. Any questions, discussion, or motion? Vice Mayor?
Move approval.
After. Oh, on the consent items? Oh, okay. Okay. Is there public comment on the consent item?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. And so we have a second.
I'll second.
Okay. And so all in favor? Aye.
We need to do a roll call vote.
Okay, go ahead.
Councilmember Risto?
Aye.
Councilmember Rennie?
Aye.
Councilmember Badami?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Moore?
Aye.
Mayor Hudas?
Aye. Okay, passes. We now move on to verbal communications. Does anyone wish to speak on the item listed on the agenda? No one online?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay, close verbal communications. Go to other business. Item number 2. We have a staff report.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Council Member. The staff report is just our quarterly check-in and reporting on the current balances of the pension trust fund and or OPEB trust fund. So item 2 is reporting on the OPEB trust fund. Currently, the OPEB trust fund, we have $26.2 million. And that's just my summary. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? See any? We have verbal communications on this?
There are no hands raised.
No hands. Okay, thank you. Discussion or motion?
This is just received the report. Thank you.
Just receive. Okay. Very good. Then we will move on to item number 2.
Thank you. So item number 3 is,
right.
Yes, it's received the California Pension Trust report. Currently in the trust, we have $2.2 million. And I just wanted to add that just compared to other reports, both report was received by the Finance Commission in their last meeting. And the Finance Commission reiterated their original suggestion from a year ago to use this pension trust and pay down CalPERS. Some of the base was identified before it's in the safety plan. Staff discussed with the Finance Commission that we are planning to put together the joint study session with the Finance Commission and the Council, and staff is requesting to wait to make that decision after that session. But if the other suggestion by the Finance Commission was moving from different strategy, the investment, so if the Council wish to do that move, we can do that strategy to taking to the higher risk, but it means that we might have a higher gain and a higher loss as well. So the question here whether we would like to take that movement right now or we want to wait for the joint session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have verbal communications. Do we have anyone online?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. Close public comment. Discussion. Councilmember Risto.
Thank you. I mean, I guess right now with some of the interesting action happening at the federal level and the resulting swing in the stock market, how does that kind of paint a picture for what the implications would be for moving into a higher risk portfolio? Because I'm feeling somewhat averse to that.
So I can start, and the town manager can help. So the higher risk means the higher volatility. So it means that we can have a bigger gain or a bigger loss. So and then we don't know. We can't predict how the stock market will operate.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know the asset class mix that the strategy one has, but just like the last one, it's a higher risk, and we derived a higher return on the other investments compared to the strategy two. Here we're receiving little over 4%, which is still a reasonable return. It could have been more if we were the higher risk strategy one. However, like anything you invest in the stock market, higher ups, higher lows if you're on the riskier side. So my recommendation to the commission was, let's bring experts in to talk to you in general about these things, and then you can make a decision after that point.
Thank you.
Vice Mayor.
And for my recollection of the discussion at the Finance Commission, I think part of their, what I saw as legitimate concern or question was why we had one of these portfolios, in one sort of risk category and the other in a very different risk category. And so I think that's legitimate, but it sounded like they were interested in increasing our risk, and I'm similarly on the same page that I would not be at this time, I'm not super interested in increasing our risk.
Yes, Tal.
If I was able to find strategy one, just to give you kind of a taste of what the asset class mixed. Right now, two major categories are fixed income and global equities or global stocks, pieces of corporations. Fixed income is at 61% of our allocation versus 21%. That ratio changes to 44% for fixed income and 37% for global equity. So global equity goes up by 16%. And so the exposure under strategy one will be more to the more global market. While our finance commission, an expert on the commission, talked about, why are we making macroeconomic decisions when we're making lower level investment decisions? Again, it's risk reward on strategy one or two.
Yeah, I am probably one of the worst money managers and investment advisors in Los Gatos. And so I am a big fan of bringing the Finance Commission together with the council and hearing from experts together, and not trying to make a decision offline from the Finance Commission. Finance Commission is, of course, advisory, but I think the idea of a joint session where we understand that would be of value. So that's just my view for whether we should take action now or not. So this is a receive, so without any motions, I think we can conclude this item, correct?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else on the agenda?
No, thank you.
So this meeting's adjourned.